Welcome to Heaving Bosoms, the podcast where two best friends recap romance novels while getting duped into another duology and hating Demeter with a deep passion.
Gonna love what we love, do it out loud. Stack our shelves with the clinches out. Shout it from the rooftop, can you hear the sound? Yeah. Live your best life, love it out loud. Love it out loud.
Hey HBs! I promised our social media manager, who is amazing, by the way, more on that development later, that I would tell you about our socials and YouTube. You can now see all the weird faces we make if you follow Heaving Bosoms on social media. I've got our links to each individual platform in our show notes, so go follow us on your favorite ones. And our full episodes are on YouTube as well, in one part, coming out each Friday, so go follow us there. This week on Patreon and our Apple Podcast subscription, Sabrina is recapping the second half of A Soul to Guide, the fourth book in Opal Rain's Duskwalker series. We're still with that bare-skulled, surly Duskwalker, and ooh, we're into it. Now, I've got some wonderful supporters to shout out on Patreon. So, welcome, and you're the tits, Emma G, No, Patience E, Allison J, Jen B, Sarah S, Shannon H, Monica K, Dea A, Linda H, and Kira L. Now, this week, we're going to start our Hades and Persephone journey. This is going to be another two-weeker because we're menaces who can't be stopped. Here's part 1 of 2 of our recap of Receiver of Many by Rachel Alexander.
I loved book too. I loved book, but I will say I'm really mad that we got bamboozled into.
We've been targeted once again.
Is this like our 4th one in less than a year?
Maybe it's our 10th
definitely
one
our second
in 6 months.
I don't know. It's definitely like our 3rd one in the last 6 months. Listener, we have been bamboozled into a cliffhanger series again.
God damn it.
And like...
It's a good cliffhanger series. I was like 2/3 into the book and thinking to myself, I'm excited to read book 2. How am I going to carve out time in my life to eyeball read book 2?
Well, I don't have the same challenges you do, but like I remember very vividly, I picked the book back up to finish it at about 60% into the book. Okay?
Yeah.
And I was cruising. I was like, man, I've been reading for a while and we haven't had any loose ends tied up.
No, all the ends are loose. All the ends are flapping in the fucking breeze. That's what they are.
And then I was like, maybe I haven't read as much as I thought I had. And then I clicked on the book to look at the percentage because I'm reading it on Kobo. Melody, the feeling I felt when I saw that I was at 94%.
Oh, God. Oh, and God.
There's not a single loose end tied up. And there was no way they were going to be tied up. I paused and very much like I humanized my animal. I was sitting there with the dogs knitting. And I paused and I looked at my animal because Gumbo was curled up on my side. And I looked at him and I said, I think this is a cliffhanger. I think that this is at minimum a duology. And he opened his little doggy eyes to look at me because I was talking to him. And then he just like snuggled in deeper. And I was like, what?
The responsibilities of dogs. God.
It was one of those moments where I was like,
wow.
what I wouldn't give to be an animal in a household that loves me.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I wouldn't have to deal with duologies or what apparently is a trilogy, potentially a quadrology, because I haven't found the summary for the fourth book yet.
There's a fourth book?
So if you go on Storygraph, somebody has entered information for a fourth book from 2022, except it doesn't have a cover and it doesn't have a bunch of information, so I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
But at minimum, this is a trilogy. And I
would argue that, according to the synopses of the books, I would argue that it's a minimum duology, because the second book, the thing says, like, this is the culmination of the erotic romance between Hades and Persephone. And then, like, later on, you see, like,
it's
them trying to have kids
It's
100
years. Yeah. So you are correct. It is a duology with a addendum novel, or, like, an epilogue novel. I just...
Yeah. Boy, I am...
How does this keep happening?
I mean, we didn't make a rule saying that people can't do this to us, and so that's an us problem.
Well, but, like, I'm thinking back on, like, you and I went, like, a solid year and a half without a single cliffhanger book. Because we're almost at 3 years, Melody, together. And, like, we went a solid year and a half without a single dual, like, a single book that doesn't whatever. And then, like, I'm thinking back to when it was you and Aaron, and, like...
barely happened, ever.
Almost never.
Almost never.
I'm wondering. I think that past whoever did the reading list in the past, I think whoever that is, fucked us for right now. And I'm included in that, okay? So whoever was in charge of it before me and now me, I fucked us to be screwed the last 6 months. Because every time I saw a duology, if I did research into the books that I was putting on the list, if I saw a duology, I was like, oh, we don't have time for that right now.
Yeah, we don't. Now we still don't have time for it.
And now we have even less time right now. I would argue that we have the least amount of time the last 6 months of our lives that we have the entire rest of the time that you and I have ever recorded together.
But... and here we are. Well, look, here we are. And honestly, I really loved book. This is why I'm mad. If I read the first in a duology or trilogy or whatever that I don't like, I'm fine with it, because I can just move on with my life. This bullshit I liked. God damn it.
Hi, listener. If you're curious, we're talking about Receiver of Many by Rachel Alexander today, and it was fantastic. It's a Hades and Persephone's book. And my God, this is my favorite kind of Hades and Persephone's thing, where it's, or like retelling or modification, where it's all
still set in magical olden times.
Well, no, it all fits. It makes things that didn't used to make sense in my brain, right? Like, it fits everything so like Wicked is a great example, because, like, long before me, like, I read the book and I was like, oh my God, I love a backstory. I love all of the behind the scenes of what and it's like Wicked is an example with a villain's backstory, but, like, in general, I love knowing more. The more you are willing to tell me about the background, the outside influences of the things that are happening spontaneously.
Like,
God, this is so good, because, like, as I'm reading this, I'm like, oh, this is a really fun way. Or, like, taking it and making it your own, because this is a Hades and Persephone retelling that I have not read before. I've not, you know what I mean? And I've read a lot of them, and, like, oh, it's so good. Also, Melody, were you prepared for this Duke to be a virgin?
No! I mean, like, thinking of Hades as a foil to Zeus, yes, but never in, like, actuality. Does that make sense? Like, most of the time when I think about or read a Hades and Persephone retelling, he's not necessarily a virgin, but this is the first time, like, anyone's stirred feelings in his gut and heart parts or whatever, you know? Like, this is his first love. He finally understands love once Persephone enters the picture. But yeah, I was not ready for him to be a, I don't know, 80,000-year-old virgin?
Hard, like, he's never done anything with anybody, anything.
No. Not a single thing. He's barely, like, touched another person unless he was gutting them.
Has he smooched anybody even?
No, I don't think.
I don't either.
Oh, no. Well, there was that nymph that came after him. I don't know if she got a sneaky smooch.
Well, so, like, he may have smooched a little bit, like, but, like, he's never run his hands up and down the sexy, curvy side.
For sure not.
A woman before.
No, he's never felt the lovely contrast of a supple buttock and a really tough hip bone. Ooh, that contrast for him.
This is okay, so we need to hop into it because Melody and I are on a time today. We're on a time limit. And so, like, we gotta go.
We have a hard out, everybody.
Even if Melody does not, we may end up with a squeepisode on this book because I could talk about this book for, like, a gazillion years.
Same. The other thing is that I also really, really, really dislike retellings that have a lot of Demeter in it. Because Demeter fucking blows. She's a narcissist. She's the fucking worst. I cannot stand her, and I can't stand her in any retelling of any Hades and Persephone story because your kid is not an extension of you, you fuck. Like, Demeter is the quintessential, I'm going to have a baby so that something has to love me forever. Yes. Go fuck yourself, Demeter. Can't with you. Won't. You're abusive. You're emotionally abusive.
Demeter is the OG, I am having a child so that they can't leave me.
Yes. Yeah. Like, your kid is not a mini you. Your kid is not obligated to love you and dote upon you for your whole life. In fact, it is quite literally the opposite. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, big mad, do not like Demeter, and yet I still really, really liked this having Demeter in it throughout it because of the way that the other sections of her mythology has been brought in simultaneously.
Yes.
That was really fun.
Well, I think it's because I agree with you. Frankly, it's hard to read Demeter sometimes.
Same. Yes. And no, very hard. Big trigger times.
yeah, exactly. But I like the way that this is done because, one, it really, I don't know, this retelling, Rachel Alexander does a great job of keeping it very much at the forefront of all of our minds that these are not people. These are gods. They do not think like humans. They do not act like humans. The way that they do things is not human.
Right.
And then weaving in all of these little bits that usually just get passed over, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Demeter is not simply Persephone's mother in this book. Right. We are meeting Demeter, the goddess.
Quite.
Period.
Yeah.
And
yes.
I think that is what I'm missing in a lot of other retellings. Like, it treats Demeter like a mother instead of like a goddess.
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't mind Demeter here at all because, like,
yeah, that's a really good point.
She's not a mom. She's a goddess.
Right.
These are not human beings.
Yes,
period.
yes.
It's also, like, it's made, like, by human definition, Hades is Persephone's uncle. And so, like...
Yep.
But, like...
Boy, did that clock in at about, I don't know, 80% of this book.
Yeah.
I forgot that they're all siblings.
Well, and it's because you probably actively forgot about that.
Yes,
but, like, by definite... But the thing is, again...
Not human.
They're deities.
Yeah.
So, what the hell does... Like, all of these people are related, first off.
Totally.
So, like, you just have to get used to the fact that this person's fucking their uncle, or this person's fucking their cousin, or this person's having babies with every single family member that's ever existed on Olympus. Like, that's just how it is as a deity.
Yeah, it's hashtag cousin stuff all over the place on Mount Olympus.
Well, and, like, I like that it's not shied away from here. But it's also, she does such a good job of... Unavoidably, they're deities. They're not the same as us. Family is not the same thing. Time is not the same. Children, parents, like, none of these are the same thing for these people.
And that is really in the forefront of this book. I completely agree. Like, it's interesting to me that, like, not only did we get Demeter, like, creating demigods and stuff in this book, but we also get a lot of the backstory of the war against the Titans and the fact that they spent, like, They spent like 40,000 years together in Kronos' belly. And yet didn't know each other. That's the other thing, right? Is that all of these siblings were simultaneously in the same stomach for all that time, but they didn't know each other until they like got barfed up, you know? And even then it was like, are you my brother? Or like, are you just like a being that exists out in the world? They have no concept of family. Like they weren't raised by anyone. They just grew up feral in Kronos' stomach. Literally, when Hades gets spat out, it says that his beard is down to his belly button and his hair is down to his butt and it's all matted and like, because he's never groomed himself.
Hecate literally comes across him hiding under a tree and is like
curled up in the fetal.
Hey buddy, how you doing? And he's like, hey.
It's so true.
So let's just hop in. We open up this book really truly, if you like a Hades Persephone or any of that what's the word I'm looking at? Any of those kinds of story, like about the Greek goddess,
the
gods and goddess. Yeah, the mythos. Yeah. Stop this episode. Go read this book. Period.
Yeah, because it's set in the times that like the Greeks were worshiping the gods. Like it's not a retelling where they're in a nightclub somewhere. It's not that sort of retelling. It is a classical retelling.
And it is so good. So we open up. Demeter is concerned that Core is going to be taken, and like she has been hiding away Core. Core is Persephone, and
it's
but she
baby
is called,
Persephone.
Yes,
it's infantilized Persephone, purposefully infantilized Persephone.
She's kept as a maiden.
Yeah, she has not allowed her daughter to develop emotionally or anything else, even though her body has developed in a natural progression. She's still in like kid
like
clothes.
A child.
Yeah. Like she right now, the equivalent would be like she's got those lacy socks and those patent leather shoes, and she's got a bow in her hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Like she has not been allowed to progress past tap dance class, you know?
And like level 1 tap dance.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah. And, and she's done this by completely and utterly isolating her in different... It's like the land between the earth and the gods. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so mortals can enter it, but it's something that she can really control. Who enters, who exits, what Core sees, what she doesn't. And she's 2,000 years old, which... Don't get me wrong, that is the blink of an eye in an immortal's lifespan.
In the deathless one's lifespan. I like that term.
Yeah, that's a sexy one.
Every time it came up, I was like, ooh, the deathless one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And Demeter is still, like, her original wound is Zeus fucking around with her and then realizing that all he was doing was lusting. And so he started going after everybody else as is usual in the myths, right?
Well, he also realized he has a conversation with her at one point where she's like, why did you leave me? Why did you leave me for Hera? And he's like, you couldn't hack it as queen of the gods.
Yeah, and he's fucking right.
And he's right.
You are not mature enough, ma'am. Okay? And that doesn't mean that you should, like, necessarily look the other way or have an agreement with your partner, but good fucking goddamn, you're responsible for actual life beings, and you're, she throws a tantrum that murders thousands.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, she took her ball and went home, but her ball is all the food in the available world. You know? Like...
Well, it's not even all of the food, it is also the ability to make food.
Quite.
She has gone full. I'm mad, and it's gonna be everybody else's problem.
Oh my God. Yeah. And like, this is one of the only times that I've been like, Zeus, look at you being wise over there. Oh shit. I have respect for you, Zeus, because you saw this one coming, didn't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, Hades visits Demeter.
I don't know. I cannot believe I'm saying this though, but maybe if she was his wife, then like he could have kept her a little more in hand as far as killing all the. I cannot believe I'm saying that.
I know.
can't believe I'm saying that. I've never said something like that before in my life, but there's a part of me that's like, maybe she needed a partner to kind of keep her on the straight and narrow. You know what I mean?
Boy. Yeah.
Well, especially because the one love of her life after Zeus was immortal, and he was like, make me immortal so I could be with you. And she was like, no.
Which makes no sense for her overall character. You know, like her whole deal is I want to keep them and make them love me. But I think her issue, I'm remembering what her issue is now. Her issue is that mortality makes love possible, and being deathless is what makes love impossible, because no one can love someone
and be faithful to them.
For that long. So if she makes this guy immortal, then he will someday fuck her over. And she'll just be waiting for that day once it happens.
This bitch has trauma.
Yeah, trauma and no therapist whatsoever. Therapy hasn't even been considered. Can you
imagine being the Olympian therapist?
Oh my God, no.
I don't want to be immortal in that instance. I'm out.
No way.
I'm already out. I'm not interested.
No way. Yeah, I would rather be one of those 100-handed bros, you know?
I want to be 100-handed bro anyway. Those guys are bad bitches. I love them.
They're great. They're great.
The only beings in creation that can keep gods chained?
Oh, yeah. Come on. Hello.
Oh, those are some sexy 100-handed motherfuckers. What those 50 mouths do. Like, let's fucking go, bro.
It's so true. Especially since we're going to find out they're so devoted to their queen.
Oh my God. Melody.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to split this record, like for you and me specifically. I think we might have to, I think we might have to reconvene. Maybe like tomorrow night or tonight or something. We'll do like an hour now and an hour later.
I love it. I love it.
I thought we'd be able to do it, but now that I'm actually talking about it,
there's no fucking way.
This book. It's so good.
Yeah. So we go through the beats of like the early parts of that myth, right? And she fleshes it out in a really beautiful way, but it doesn't really deviate until they enter the underworld. Like, Demeter's pissed at Zeus, loves Core/Persephone, won't get rid of her. She goes to a meeting at Olympus where she will not allow Persephone to go because of all of her, like, randy cousins. And she doesn't want her to, like, even hear a story about copulation whatsoever.
She gets mad when the nymphs get pregnant.
Yeah, because it makes her think about how babies are made and question that. Like, Demeter, you've taken it too far.
Ma'am, I need you to take a fucking seat.
Honestly, I'm surprised she's not still breastfeeding 2,000 years in. You know? That is the level that we're at. So
Melody,
she doesn't allow...
I just need you to... I need you to pause for a second and acknowledge what you just did to me, okay? I need you to acknowledge, okay?
Okay.
And accept that you hurt me.
I'm sorry. I wounded you.
Just the thought of this fully grown human being, and not lactation as a kink. This is active...
This is familial bond lactation, for sure.
This is...
You know what?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like... Oh, you didn't watch Game of Thrones, did you? There's a scene in Game of Thrones where all of a sudden one of the queens just like whips her tit out in the middle of a meeting and feeds her like, I think at least like 11-year-old son in front of everybody. So... That's what it makes me think of, is like that scene where I had this like visceral reaction.
Except take that 11-year-old and turn it into a 32-year-old.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, so Hades comes to her directly. And he's like, hey, girl, remember that time that you swore on the river Styx that I was going to be able to marry your fetus that you were actively pregnant with? Do you remember that? You and Zeus did that? And she's like, no, I have no recollection of those events whatsoever. And I would like you to prove to me that it happened.
She's like, where's the proof?
He's like, does the king of all gods corroborating my statement help?
This won't hold up at a court of law.
It's wild. And she's basically like, no, I don't care what my promise was then. It's not happening. Absolutely not. So then when she goes to this meeting on Olympus, he rolls in just a cloud of fucking dark smoke.
Well, hang on. Wait. Before all of this, though, I have a quote real quick. She says, marriage is now Hera's domain, and I'll have no part of it, not for me and not for Kor. I swear off all the Olympian men and swear on the Styx that none of them shall have her. No one shall destroy her as he destroyed me. I accept, Aidoneus said. You accept what? Your oath. After today, I am no longer one of them. If you are so eager to keep her from the Olympian men, then I will renounce their company and with them the sunlit world.
It's hot.
Like, he looks at her and he says, if you are going to swear off the Olympians for her sake, then so will I.
Yeah, he disowns the rest of his family for this fetus.
Oh!
It's hot.
It's so hot.
Look, it's hot, okay? And this is the sort of fidelity that Demeter just, like, literally can't understand. Because remember, she was barfed into the world, and then about, 3 months later, she got fucked over by the first guy she loved. And that's hard. I get it, Demeter. Have you heard that theory that a lot of times people will stop developing at the age of their trauma? Like however mature you were at like your first big trauma is where you revert to anytime more things
like
happen.
That.
You've got a look on your face. It makes a lot of things click into place, doesn't it, Sabrina?
I don't like that.
It did for me.
I don't like that. I should write that down to bring up in my next therapy appointment. Well,
but that's what Demeter's working with. Is like, and I'm not. This does not make me hate Demeter any less, But the reality
let's be clear, every single Olympian is they're the most emotionally immature motherfuckers. That's in fact my hardest thing to get past when I'm reading retellings is they'll have sometimes these gods and goddesses as
so wise,
real adult real wise and I'm like, no. Every single Olympian, read any mythos and 99% of them are toddlers. These are children who were given too much power and the Titans are just worse.
Yes, absolutely.
They are they're in their terrible twos. Olympians are just asshole toddlers.
Yeah, they're like 3 or 4, Yeah. But that's it. And that's where their emotional maturity ends. It's like, I want, gimme, is a lot of the men's storylines. And then,
oh my God. And then the women's storylines is, they gimmied somebody else. And I don't like that. So everybody else has to suffer.
Yeah. Oh my God. So, so that's when, that's way, way, way before, right? That's their first meeting after the big war. And now he's been away for 2,000 years or whatever. And now we're back to this. Has it been more than that? Is it 20,000 years?
Long. Yeah, it's so long.
It's God times. It's eons, as it says all the time in italics in the book.
Yes.
It's always eons. So look, everybody, when you travel through the ether, you do so pulling from your own natural abilities, right? And so that manifests in how it looks, how it shows up.
He just
physically
shows up in a
for the rest of the world.
He just shows
Smoky
up
shadows.
in a shadow
daddy.
boy.
It's just-
This is one of those times where I'm like, yes, Shadow Daddy Hades. Let's fucking go.
Yes, absolutely.
Like,
And meanwhile, the gods have not seen him since they won the war. If it's like 2,000 years or 20,000 years or whatever the fuck it is, this is the first time they're seeing him after he renounced. Like he made good on his oath to Demeter, which I think she should fucking be able to remember. God damn it. Anyway.
The emotional maturity
I know.
of the stem of
You're
an
right.
unflourishing acorn. Melody. Okay?
You're right. Yeah. And he's like, hey, Zeus, I have a feeling that Demeter's going to try to back out on your oath since she did try to back out immediately afterwards. But it's time for me to have my bride. I'm going to need a Persephone pretty soon to marry. And Zeus is like, yeah, absolutely. And Demeter's like, no! And leaves in a puff of ether, in a barley surge of ether, because hers is like, wheat shafts or whatever. And she goes home to Kor, does not, what?
Is that what you think they are? Shafts of wheat?
I don't know. What are they not? What are they?
Sheaths?
Are they sheaths of wheat?
Yeah, because like wheat and rye and barley are kept in sheaths of grain and stuff like that.
Oh, but isn't there a shaft? There's like a wheat from a shaft?
Shaft. I thought you were saying shaft, and I was like, methinks Melody got dick up.
Oh. No, I didn't say shaft. A shaft of wheat is hilarious, though. No, I'm sorry. It's still the wrong word.
I wouldn't have been mad about a shaft of wheat, like, okay.
Yeah, this is one of those.
Fine.
Oh gosh, what are the phrases that people always get wrong? I just heard it the other day.
Is it kind of like cat on a hot tin roof?
Stop it! That was a direct attack, ma'am. And wow,
that was an extremely direct attack. Like there was no.
That was. You were not subtle just then.
Oh man.
No, I mean like when people say, oh, like for all intents and purposes, people will say for all intensive purposes, it's like one of those. But it wasn't. It was just a wrong word.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's just like sheaths and shafts of barley corns she disappears into, okay? And so she goes, and so Hades is like, hey, bro, did you see that tantrum just now? Like, I'm gonna need you to get her shit together for me, all right? Because it's your oath, too. And Zeus is like, you know what, dude? I don't have fucking time for that. Like, if she fights you, then just, like, take her. Right? Like, that's what you get to do as Lord of the Underworld. It's just like, steal her, kidnap her. Demeter doesn't get a say in it.
And you have her father's permission, so like...
Yeah, go forth and steal my daughter.
Go forth and lightly kidnap that person, that goddess.
Is it a light kidnap? I mean, it ends up being a light kidnap. But Zeus means full-on kidnap.
Zeus is like, I decaf what you do to my daughter.
Truly. I made that promise, so like, what the fuck?
I don't care. I was done the minute the seed left my body.
It's really true. Yeah.
Familial bonds who?
Yes, absolutely.
Parental feelings where?
Amongst the legions of my other children.
You think I give a shit about that one child on a woman that's not even my wife? I don't even give that kind of shit about my wife's kids.
She's my least favorite sister.
Also,
these days,
like Hades, remember Hades.
I was wondering where that was. Good night.
Accurate though. Reminder: these are gods and goddesses, not mortal. Yeah, like my favorite sister. Like,
So, like,
is
what the fuck?
definitely
I don't
my
care.
wife. Like, awful. So funny. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you really start breaking down the lineage and like the family ties in Olympus, it gets real rough real fast from a human perspective, you know?
Most assuredly. Yeah. So Demeter goes home and she's like, DEFCON most extreme. Gather the nymphs. Okay. We're hiding Core. We're going to hide her. So she, for the first time, or like she barely ever lets Core travel anywhere, period. But when she does, she doesn't usually like take her through the ether because, let's review, she doesn't want her to know that that sort of transport is possible and that she could do it on her own if she wants, because she is in fact a goddess in her own right. Demeter like keeps that information from her in her infantilization process.
I feel like this book specifically does a really good job of painting Demeter as a fucking monster, which, to be clear, she is.
Always.
As far as being a parent is concerned, like, oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So she takes her through the ether back to Nysa, and she has Aphrodite. Nope. She has Athena and somebody else. Artemis, thank you. There to guard her, kind of a situation.
I will say I've always had issues with how many A names there are in the Greek mythos.
There are so many. Oh my God. Oh no, she doesn't do that yet. I'm so sorry. Not yet. Because first, she goes home and she's like on high alert, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then Hades...
While she's been gone... Persephone, Core, witnesses the marriage of a mortal man and a mortal woman, and then is peeking like a little weirdo through the window while they have sex for the first time. And she's like, oh, I see how that slots into that. Interesting, interesting.
And it doesn't look terrible at all.
They look like they're having a good time. Because meanwhile, not only has Demeter not only has she been a little shit about not wanting to tell Core, when Core did finally learn a little bit about the birds and the bees, Demeter was like, yes, but it sucks. It hurts. Men are evil. It's awful. It's going to agonize. They're going to rip you in half with their cock. And
and men will just use you and then discard you. And it's just the worst. And like the only good thing about a husband is when they die because they have total control over you.
The only true love in this world is the love a mother has for her daughter.
It's so fucked. It makes me actively livid. So yeah, she sees this and she's like, hold on a second.
Hey, Melody, do you have some traumas?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. So when Demeter gets home, Core knows not to ask her about this marriage rite that she saw. You know, she's like putting the pieces together and realizing that her mom's views are a little bit skewed, but she still doesn't really understand why, although she does know about Zeus's abandonment. Demeter has drilled that into her head for her whole life.
Your dad is a piece of shit. He doesn't even pay child support, Core.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
And like, she always tells her, like, I'm broken and I'll never be whole again because of this one dude.
Demeter,
right after I got barfed.
You give other people entirely too much power over your own agency, but that's a you problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't fix that for you.
Yeah. So now it's nighttime. Core is sleeping in her private quarters. And she basically lives and sleeps in this open field, kind of like a lean-to was my understanding situation. Does that go with your understanding of the situation?
So, my understanding of the situation, it reminds me of the villages I've been finding a lot in Minecraft.
Oh, tell me everything. Do not leave out a detail.
Well, it's like these, like... It's a building with a door and stuff, but the top is like a grate essentially, so it keeps creatures out, but you can like look up at the sky and the stars, and I've just been finding a lot of those in Minecraft lately, and so was my imagining of the situation.
I love it. Yeah, or like my other thought was that because Persephone, her whole deal, remember, is making plants grow and flowers bloom and like fruit flourish and all the bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my other thought was just like a thing of trees that go into like a dome over her, like she grows herself a little house. Mm-hmm. That was my other thought. But anyway, it's very natural. It's very myth times, all right? And so
I can't
Hades,
wait. We really need to sit down so I can tell you about some more Duskwalker books. Continue.
Yes. So Hades goes back to the underworld and he's like, God, I have been waiting 80,000 years to marry this girl. I know that Demeter has poisoned her against me. I don't, in fact, have Zeus's affinity for traumatizing anybody he encounters if they have the female persuasion.
I don't get off on ruining women's lives, so maybe I can approach this with a slightly softer touch. Let me go to her in her dreams, and I will at least introduce myself.
Yeah, because
as her future husband.
Mm-hmm. So I'm so sorry. When I read, I think it's Hecate.
I think it is Hecate. And so it's hard because my brain wants to call it Hecate, except it's Hecate. It is.
It has to be, right? But I always read it Hecate because most of the time I'll read things with Hawaiian pronunciation before anything else.
Yes. Well, and it's also, this is the first time I'm saying these names out loud in a hot second.
Totally.
So and also Hecate is, you don't hear the name Hecate thrown around the same way you do Persephone or Aphrodite or like Hestia. All of these other goddesses and gods.
But anyway, Hecate, the goddess of the ether, can take her brother, the sleep boy, Morphos, ? And together they can send Hades like into her dreams to
I've always
introduce himself.
So horny for all the deities that live in the underworld. Like, let's go.
Thanatos can get it.
Let's fucking go, Thanatos. I want Thanatos' book. Does Thanatos get a book?
I don't know, but I sort of don't want Thanatos to be tamed. I really want him to kind of stay an eternal fuckboy.
I don't need him tamed. I did not explicitly say
No, I know.
To be a romance for Thanatos. I just want Thanatos's fuckboy escapades on
You
page.
Want his uncensored memoirs, is what you want.
Yes, I do.
For sure.
For sure. Come on, Hypnos. Do me a solid, okay?
Truly.
Take me on a journey, my friend.
So he goes to her in this dream and he's very startled because he shows up and they're both naked in bed. And he's like, this is not what I meant to do? ? But also like, oh my God, it's really amazing to feel her skin against all my skin and stuff. And so Persephone, and so he's kind of mad at himself because he's like, you're a fucking pervis. You went too long without a woman, and now you're just like showing up naked to introduce yourself to your future wife. Like, you should have rubbed one out beforehand, if nothing else.
In his head, he's like, Aiden, you're a fucking freak.
Yes. Yeah. So she's very receptive, and she's like, who are you? And he says, who do you think I am? And then I don't remember what she says, but he tells her that he's her future husband.
And she's like, damn, I got good taste.
Yeah, good on me.
Let me touch up on this a little bit. What do you mean future? And then this is also the day that she saw that couple. And so she's like,
yes,
maybe it won't be so bad to like have a husband.
Yeah. And like, let's test it out in the not real world, So she's going for it. They're making out. She's really pushing for more. And he decides to stop because he doesn't want the first time he takes his wife to be like in a dream and without her educated consent.
What voice was that?
I don't know. It's one of those where
that was very 007, like takes his wife.
It's one of those phrases.
The name's many receiver of. Like, what?
I like my brimstone shaken, not stirred. Oh my god.
I can't believe you just James Bonded Hades, Lord of the Underworld.
Well, I didn't quite mean to, but it's one of those phrases that feels like I need to do it in a weird voice or like an old-timey voice because it's such a weird thing to say.
Or like when you're like, Votan.
Yes, exactly. It's like so foreign to me that I have to say, like, I need a listener to know that it's not my turn of phrase, okay? This is Hades thinking to himself, I'm really not going to take my wife. When...
Wait, Melody, please hold. Rachel Alexander, if you're listening, I have an offer for you, okay?
Oh, no.
Melody will do the whole book for free if she's allowed to use that voice. For Hades the whole way through. I'm very much making this offer in the vein of Zeus offering Thor on Demeter's behalf. And so Melody may bring on eternal winter and kill everybody instead of doing the thing. But I am making the offer. It is out there, and it is also a payment that I'm willing to make, okay? On behalf of humanity.
Ridiculous. So, everyone, I'm back as regular Melody, okay? God.
Hey, listen, somebody, it can't be me. Somebody else start a petition, please.
No, do not. Let Rachel Alexander exist in this world without us being menaces. Rachel Alexander does not need this in her life. I don't think.
Oh my god, I'm crying. Oh my god, I needed this so badly today.
Me too.
Continue.
Ooh, so he doesn't want to deflower her, okay, in her sleep without her educated consent. So he goes back to he's like, oh, little future wife, like everything's going to be fine and I'll see you later. And then he like disappears into the mist or whatever.
He does the opposite of deflowering her. He leaves her with more flowers than she started with.
It's true. Well, yeah. And this is what sets Demeter off because she wakes up in the morning, goes to see Persephone. Persephone's just like languid, sprawled out in just like a bed of ambrosia. Wait, no. In asphodels. A bed of asphodels. Thank you. And she's like, that flower doesn't exist on this plane. That only exists in the underworld. And so Hades was here. Meanwhile, Kor has already like made the asphodels, a flower she's never seen before, into like a flower crown. And, you know, she's always like adorning herself and everyone else in different flower accoutrements. And Demeter will not have it. And so she like stomps all of them out or something, I think. And then
she's an asshole.
She's horrible.
Let the girl
start
have a flower,
to finish.
Okay?
Like the Demeter myth, the Hades Persephone Demeter myth bothers me to my core because Hades is right. This behavior should not be rewarded. This is a classic you don't negotiate with terrorists kind of situation. Mm-hmm. You know, it's unreasonable. You can travel through the ether too, fucking Demeter. You can go visit. There's nothing stopping you from spending a fucking weekend in the underworld. Hades will let you, at least in this myth. Like, your daughter, if you teach her to travel through the ether, then she can come visit you. It doesn't mean she's gone for fucking ever.
She's the most powerful of her generation. You don't know this yet, Demeter, but, like, she's the most powerful of her generation. Anyway.
So yeah, like it bothers me because instead of, and look, I know it was ancient Greek times or whatever, but like instead of making the moral of the story be having Demeter see Persephone as a person and not an object at the end, she just gets her for half of the year as her object still, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it fucking pisses me off real hard. Mm-hmm. Anyway, sorry. So she takes Persephone and they ether into Nysa. She gets Artemis and, I forgot the other one now, Athena. And they're younger than Persephone. But they've been allowed to mature into women. And so, like, Persephone feels so weird because, like, she's wearing toddler clothes and, like, you know, she knows this about herself. She sees the physical similarities between them. And yet she doesn't look anything like them because of the way she has to be styled. And basically, Demeter is like, hey, girls.
Now that you've put it in my brain that she's in Mary Jane's and
lacy
a
socks,
bow on her head and lacy,
little ruffle
it's
socks,
just so much worse. Because like I have, you know, like ancient Greek times clothing in my head and all of that jazz, and so now it's just.
It's fucking creepy is what it is, Demeter, okay?
Well, like, it was already creepy, but now it's worse because I have a modern comparison that I did not have as I was reading the book.
Yeah, because when I look back at ancient Greek clothes or when I picture it, it's all just different drapes, you know? Different sizes and lengths of drapes.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's basically what it was in ancient Greece. Like, that was what clothing was, so...
Yeah, and so it didn't have as much of an impact on me until I put it into a modern situation and realized that it's like creepy AF, that she's not allowed to wear anything else.
But that's the thing, Melody. I already thought it was creepy, and somehow you made it worse.
You're welcome. Everybody needs to know the sins of Demeter, okay? Everybody needs to know. So she's like, Artemis and Athena are going to guard you and protect you. She doesn't tell her why. She doesn't tell her that Hades is after her. She still doesn't even give her a crumb of information about her situation. And then she fucks off to do like the harvest rite somewhere so that the earth can flourish. So meanwhile, Athena and Artemis are both like, so we're siding with Dad on this one, right? Like, we're not going to do this thing that Demeter says we're going to do. And the other one's like, yeah, for sure not. This is super fucked up and we should just leave it alone. So they hang out for a while. So yeah, Demeter doesn't know that they agreed to guard her, but they're definitely not on Demeter's side. And after they like hang out for a while or whatever, Persephone goes into Hades's copse of, you know, trees. It's like, it's each, in this Nysa place, all over, there are different areas for each god. And so in this one, she like puts herself in like laurels and something else that has to do with marriage, okay, that didn't super, you know, sink in for me. And she walks into Hades's area. And that becomes significant later because she keeps on doing things to organically verify their connection because Hades doesn't have anything to do with this.
Well, and the reason she walks into it is because she hears Persephone in her mind.
Oh,
Persephone.
Yeah. Oh.
Or Core.
Oh, so
whatever.
He does lure her there?
Well, like, it's like his voice in the wind or something. Like something is calling her name and leading her over there. And it's not, we don't know, I don't remember exactly what it is that's calling, what causes it, but that she's drawn to this copse. She doesn't just walk into it. And then the wind caresses her and it feels an awful lot like a man caressing her. And it is Hades and he's whispering in her ear and he's like, you're like,
I came to you last night. I've been wanting to meet you forever. Mm-hmm. And Cora's like, what, me?
I'm sorry.
I'm not anything.
I didn't understand what you said, Melody. What did he say?
Shut your fucking mouth. I came to you last night. We met yesterday in your dreams.
Oh my god. Listener, find yourself a best friend that will just
be a clown.
Give you the happiest moments of your life, even though it makes them look like an absolute fool. Oh god.
I'll be a fool for you, Sabrina. Of course I will.
You literally just proved it. I feel so loved and so seen right now.
Oh, it's so funny. Yeah, so
I think my favorite part is the minute I said, "What'd you say?" You clocked immediately what I wanted. Continue.
All right. So is this when he like she wants to bone down right here with the wind?
Oh yeah. She's like, I'm about to fuck the breeze.
Yes. Yeah.
She's like, I'm all in, and I want you to be all in. And he's like, no, we're gonna wait. I'm gonna come to you this evening, and we will marry. And she's like, okay, sounds good.
Yeah, love it. Sounds good. That. Can't wait.
And then he gets torn away. They're like having a moment, and he gets torn away unexpectedly.
Mm-hmm.
And then don't we zippy zap to Demeter? And Demeter is like pitching a fit.
Yes. Yeah, I don't remember which one happens first, but simultaneously, Demeter makes a decision, and Hecate is the one who ripped Hades away, and she's telling him what is going to happen in Demeter's brain. Because the ether just tells her things.
Yeah, and she's just aware of what's going on in a way that, like, the average god or goddess is not.
Yeah, because she's one of the primordials.
Yeah, she's of the generation.
She's the daughter of Nyx. Yeah.
Yeah, she's of the generation of the Titans. And so, like, they're all very much, I would almost call it, like, the fourth dimension, right? So, like, the third dimension gods are the ones that we know, or what I would consider the third dimension gods, where they deal in tangible things.
Yeah.
And then the gods above them, the generation before them, are the ones who deal with time. They deal with, like, ether, all of the stuff that affects the world.
Yeah.
But a step away from anything that you can tangibly interact with.
Oh,
and that's how, like, that's how I
put that pattern together. But
that's kind of how I think about it. Because, like, I mean, Kronos, he's the god of time. Yeah. And then you have all of these other people who are death, who, like, it affects your life in a way that is unavoidable. But it's not anything intangible that you can touch.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So Demeter realizes, she like sniffs the breeze, realizes that there's now ambrosia growing around her daughter again, or God damn it, there's now asphodel growing around her daughter again or something. I don't remember how she gets the news that Hades is there, but like she knows from far away. So she pitches a huge fit. What?
I was going to say, like, I don't remember exactly, but she's definitely, like, she is left to figure out what she can do about it. She's trying to find other people who are on her side to keep her daughter safe, basically. She's looking for allies, and then when nobody agrees to help her, she can't get anybody on her side, because, like, I think she might go to Poseidon at this point, and Poseidon's like, girl, I don't give a shit about your daughter. Like,
honestly, the way it's written in the book, Poseidon, like, demands anal in exchange, and she runs away screaming. Like, that's sort of the vibe I got. Isn't that the vibe you got?
Apparently,
she's like, the thing that Poseidon wanted was like unspeakable or something crazy, you know? And then I'm going to find this quote because I swear to goddess, it was, maybe I'm just a randy perv who's a little too thinking about incest because of this book. We'll find out.
I somehow don't think that that's it necessarily, because you were not constantly aware that this was, by human definition, incest up until 80% into the book.
I think it was subliminal.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah,
that's the descriptor that we're going with for why you did not register that Hades is her uncle.
No, I think you're right.
By the way, I do want to call out there for a listener. So about 20 years ago, I've got it. You want to hear it? I would love to hear the quote about Poseidon demanding anal. Yes, give it to me.
Here we go. Don't worry, I've got it. She had first gone to the depths of the sea to Poseidon's court. The price he had named for helping her was unthinkably lewd, the very idea of it an abomination.
Maybe he's the only brother that she recognizes as a brother, you know?
I don't know, but he demands something weird and sexy and gross, and she doesn't like it. So she will not trade that for her daughter.
Okay, so I think that
this is like the classic Meatloaf. I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Yeah,
you know, like she could have the god of the sea on her side.
I think it's hilarious that you're like something unspeakably lewd, and you're like, I think he asked for anal, and I'm in a bit of a weird hole on AO3 right now.
Ooh. Tell me about all your weird holes.
Well, I'm not going to talk about it live on podcast. It's a weird enough hole.
Tell me later.
I will. It's not that it's a weird hole. It's just one of those things. Sometimes there's some things in a person's life that gotta stay private. Shockingly, listener, you do not actually get every aspect of my life. Like, I feel like I tell you all everything. You probably feel like I tell you all everything with the level of information you have about me. But shockingly, still waters run deep, you know? Like, there's more down there, horrifyingly.
Sabrina is as vast as the dark sea she's terrified of.
I mean, maybe there's a reason I'm terrified of it, is I know what hides there.
You're so right.
Anyway. Ooh, look how deep I am.
She can't get that introspective. It's dangerous.
It's dangerous. I gotta take this. Anyway, so like when you say unspeakably lewd, I was about 18 steps beyond anal as far as the unspeakably lewd was. So I'm just fascinated.
Do you want to hear the first thing I actually thought of?
I would
love. Because I thought of something that I accidentally that somebody like mentioned and I had forgotten it existed. And then I made the mistake of doing a Google. And now it's all I think about every, 3 hours or so lately. But what I was thinking before I recalibrated to Demeter's level of lewd was human centipeding with 2 other nymphs. You have to spend like a week as a human centipede with these 2 nymphs. So
interestingly, mine was you had to be in some kind of like ship masthead bondage situation for like a week. So you and I were more on the same level than Demeter was, for sure, because there's no way that she was on either of our levels.
Absolutely. For the record, I'm pretty sure Demeter thinks blowjobs are too lewd. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that Demeter is one of those, like, let's be clear, this goddess has had passing sex one time in missionary, got a child, and then decided all men are the devil.
Yeah.
Fell in love with one farmer.
Only because
he was nice to her.
Well, and she would always be more powerful than him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, she has rather limited experience. So, yes, you're correct. She probably does think a blowjob is lewd. When it would blow her mind to find out some of the positions that we see on page that Persephone and Hades get into. And, like, neither you and I were like, oh, man, that's hot. I don't see that in a book very often. But, like, to be clear, neither of us were like, oh, how scandalous. Like,
yeah. And also, listener, if you don't know, if you have forgotten what a human centipede is in like the Urban Dictionary version of it, do not Google it, okay? Don't. Just don't. Because it's haunting me lately. It's just haunting me.
Okay, well then you have to explain it to them if they have no idea what it is.
Absolutely not.
Well, then how are they supposed? Are you going to put a link in the show notes to something that's not?
I'm telling them not to. Just don't even try to know it. Okay?
Hey, listener, just go ask your mom.
It's akin to
fine.
like 2 girls, 1 cup. Okay, that's the realm that this is in, and you do not need it in your brain hole.
Just go up to a stranger and say, "Hey, can you explain to me?" What a human centipede is. It'll be fine.
And hopefully they will say it's a sci-fi movie that's totally normal.
It'll be fine. Okay?
It won't.
Okay?
You will be haunted.
We give medical advice on this podcast. My medical advice is go ask a complete stranger what a human centipede is.
Great sci-fi movie. That's what it is. That's all. Haunting, I'm telling you. Like, every once in a while, it just pops into my brain that this thing exists out in the world. And sorry. So, okay. Demeter has this, like, realization that she's on her own. None of the other Olympians are going to back her up. So she's like, I only have one choice. There's no other choices. I have to Diana this bitch.
I'm going to turn my daughter into a tree for eternity.
Who was the thing that originally... Was that Diana?
In what world am I the one who's going to be able to give you a name out of nowhere?
You're right. I just forget that myth. I forget the bitch's name in that myth.
Hey, listener, by the way, as I started to say earlier before Melody and I went off on a huge tangent about unspeakable acts and human centipeding.
Do not Google. Don't do it.
If it's been a hot minute since I did any like some serious research, so if anybody feel like research into all of these things and like mini refresher course for myself,
Daphne,
if anybody wants to just like special interest into an email and send it to us about your favorite aspects of Greek mythology, you are so welcome to. I will read every character.
Yeah.
heavingbosoms podcast@gmail.com.
God, I would love that. Yeah, because it was Daphne. Because Apollo was a rapist, horrible, terrible.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to throw it out here right now just because this would be really fun. I would love to get, if y'all want to send us your favorite myths and write them out in your words.
Oh my God.
And if you have questions, don't refresh. Just like,
all in your vernacular.
Right off vernacular, the dome. Just right off the dome. If you want to
send us a voice memo, oh my God.
Or a voice memo, we would
Are you a verbal processor?
We'll do a Patreon episode where we read out your... If we get enough of them, of course. Like, I would love that, frankly.
Oh my God, I would love that. Yeah. Yeah, so she immediately thinks about Daphne and the way that she wanted to save her virtue from Apollo. And she's like, I'll just turn her into a tree. She'll never forgive me. I'll never forgive myself. But then she really, truly will never be able to leave me. She will just be this beautiful, immortal tree in a field somewhere that I can visit at my leisure.
And she'll never have sex because that's important.
Oh my God, Demeter. And so she is going there right now. She's like about to get into her barley shafted ether.
It feels like you and I are teetering on a pasta fucking conversation, and I don't want to have that conversation, so I'm very actively ignoring every single time you say something that could lead us in that direction, and I just need you to know, I need you to acknowledge and be aware of how strong I am, Melody.
It's a Herculean effort. It is actually mythic level, you know? Mm-hmm. Also, the only thing I could think about the whole time I was reading this book is how much I missed the show Xena Warrior Princess. And then Hercules a little bit, but Xena more.
Yeah.
I want it so badly. I want to see the bad CGI. I want to see their almost lesbian friendship. Like, I want all of it. And I can't have it right now. Also, Lucy Lawless, just in that outfit, is criminal. You know? Mm-hmm. Like, really, that's... Maybe I can replace the thing that's currently haunting me with Lucy Lawless in the Xena outfit.
Is it
I'm gonna
human
try.
centipede?
Wow,
Is
that would be so much
currently
better.
haunting you?
Stop it! Don't. Yes.
I'm legitimately asking.
I want to replace it. I want to replace it with Xena.
I'm so sorry. That was
in her
very
outfit.
mean of me. So
damn
mean.
It was really mean.
It was so mean.
Yeah. So Demeter's on her way.
Yeah.
And then Hecate.
Yeah.
And
So mean. Yeah.
Stop it.
Why did you say yeah like that?
I don't know. I'm desperately trying to get back on the rails, okay?
Oh, wait, hang on. I just
I'm
realized.
desperately trying to get back on the ski lift.
Hey, Melody, I just realized that we're mispronouncing it, by the way.
What?
It's actually human centipede.
No! God damn it, Sabrina! Why are you like that? No!
Centipedes.
How did that surprise me, too? I was literally thinking, like,
Hey,
did I pronounce asphodel wrong?
No,
Is
it
it-
surprised me too. It popped into my brain, and I was like, Sabrina, you have never been funnier or like on point in your entire life. Wow, boy, I wish I could like transfer some of the feeling of like self-worth that I am experiencing right now. I could give you just like a little bit of it because it would cure your issues right now. It'd cure all of it.
Thank you.
Oh man,
It was a perfect joke.
Sometimes you just have to revel in your own genius.
God damn it. It really did incorporate so many elements that we've already talked about in this episode. That was really good. And it came out like a goddamn knife-wielding
Melody, I was so concerned I was going to fuck it up when I said it out loud. I ran through it in my head, and I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. And then I was like, you're going to fuck it up. You're going to fuck that up, and you're going to have to backtrack, but I didn't. And so now instead, we've just talked about how awesome I am for a minute and a half, and frankly, I needed that today. All right, let's go.
It was such a good joke. Fuck. Okay, so Demeter is still goddamn on her way to go turn her daughter into a laurel tree or an oak tree or something. Like just a literal tree that can never leave her or do anything or live a life. And she's perfectly fine with the fact that her daughter would never forgive her, and she's not even giving her, like, enough information to make a choice about the situation.
Well, and I think
Meanwhile,
that's the most fucked up thing about Demeter. Man, all of our pronunciation.
Demeter?
I
don't know.
This whole episode is going to be all over the place because I know for a fact I keep flip-flopping everybody's pronunciations. Anyway, So Demeter, she, like, I think the most egregious thing about all of this is that she doesn't even give her enough information to make a choice herself.
No.
Or know that there's a choice to be made.
Right. Yeah.
Heinous.
Absolutely. It's oh God, it's monstrous. So then Hecate, meanwhile, is down in that underworld telling Hades that, like, Zeus was right. It's time. You gotta just get your chariot and go. You have to kidnap her. It has to happen right now. Otherwise, you're gonna be just scooping up acorns and just kissing on those acorns forever. And he's like, I'm not going to kiss a fucking acorn. And so he gets his chariot and his horses out of the dirt, is what literally happens.
Hang on. It's out of his shadows.
No.
Excuse the fuck out of you.
Later on, when he puts those horses to bed, they do just turn into, like, sand particles that go through the gravel at their feet.
Dark sand that looks shadowy. Okay.
Sure. It does come out of that dirt, though. So.
Let Shadow Daddy be a Shadow Daddy, okay? He's not a sand daddy. Melody.
Fair enough. If I can make Hades a gardener, then he'll be truly perfect.
Oh.
You know?
Oh, I forgot that. Okay,
That's why their union is perfect.
I see where you're falling in, right?
For me, Melody.
I see why you're like, oh yeah, I love that those horses went back into the dirt. I thought you were saying is like, and then he like put the horses in the dirt or something. But no, you're like,
no.
And then he put the horses in the dirt. Excuse me, I need a moment of privacy.
Stop it.
You didn't
Honestly,
hear it, Melody.
rich dirt
Melody had to cut.
Sexy.
We did take a 10-minute break. Melody already cut it.
So, I don't even know where I am anymore. Oh, so he gets on his chariot and he puts on that helm of darkness, helm of invisibility. I don't remember. And he goes. And so he's just like crashing up through the crust of the earth. And he comes out like Persephone is standing, I think, in his like copse of trees. And the earth literally like cracks open into this big crevasse. And he just comes like flying out on this chariot. She can't see his face because he's got his helm on. So she can't recognize him as like the awesome dude who came to her in her dreams and made her feel sexy things for the first time in her life. And instead, he's just like this truly terrifying being that just like sneaks up out of nowhere. So he grabs her and he's like, hey, I wanted to do this differently. Turns out I can't. And then he dives back into the earth with her. And he has to go through like all these different realms underneath the surface. There's a fire realm that literally burn. You can't go into.
Yeah, it's like a barrier. It's like they're running through all of the layers to get to the underworld, and you can't bring anything mortal from the mortal realm,
or
and
organic.
so
I think, yeah,
anything from the mortal realm.
Oh,
like
really? Okay,
yeah, and so like I feel like if she had she would have a what's his butt situation. If she'd had cavities filled, that bitch is gonna burn up too. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Nothing
and her IUD
from the mortal
would
realm.
Burn out.
Absolutely zippy zap out.
Mm-hmm.
She's
gotta sploot that IUD out and then it'll burn,
I don't think it's spluting. I think that it would just poof. It would just burn away, you know?
Yeah.
Which like,
fair.
man.
I was just trying to save her uterus
homemade
a little
ablation,
bit.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess they are immortal, so they heal immediately, but like, I would like to spare Persephone that.
I don't know. I was put under for my ablation, and I cannot recommend being unconscious enough for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's not. So like the flowers in her hair are burning away. He's trying to shroud her in his cloak because he actually does care about her. She does have no evidence of that, though. And then she realizes...
Very importantly, at one point, Zeus, when he was being a dick, like, go get your wife, he does make what's-his-butt shoot an arrow at Hades. And Hades get a little cut from it, but not pierced directly in the heart. And that's when he's like, oh my god, what is this feeling?
What is this feeling I have in my bones?
Well, you're not allowed to say Hades words out loud. Unless...
What is this feeling I have in my bones?
Oh my god. So much joy in such a... Like... Man, sometimes you don't realize how much you need something until it's being gifted to you.
Wow. So he's like, hey, I'm... Hades, the Lord of the Underworld. Like, because the second time when he was the wind... When he was that sexy wind, he told her that his name was Aiden. And so she was like, oh my God. And he's like, it's me, it's Aiden. And she's like, what the fuck? And he's like, Adonis, Chrysanthemum, Hades is my name. And she's like, Hades, Lord of the Underworld? She's only heard like...
Yes, you cannot be a virgin.
Yeah, so they're in like the dark section, Erebus, the dark section
listener,
of...
I just need you to know, PSA, if a guy tries to pull this on you, we live by mortal rules here, and
that's right.
Don't listen, okay?
No, it's silicons.
It is a trap.
Yeah. And so he just, like, penetrates her right there.
Holding her up with his strong Lord of the Underworld arms?
Yeah. Yeah. And she's like, if I recall, I might be putting... horny colored glasses on it, but I don't think she hates it. You know? I'm pretty sure.
She has that
likes
initial
it.
that squeaky ouch moment when he pierces her maidenhood.
Yes,
But,
yes.
Other than that, she's like, all right, I can get down with this, and then she just kind of bounces on that dick for a little while, you know?
Right. So what I'm saying to listener is that it's done abruptly, but not without consent, I guess is what I'm saying. Is that what I'm saying? Is it?
I don't know that I would agree that it's done.
I can't remember.
Consent.
I can't.
It's not like
the
she ever
scene.
explicitly states you can stick your dick in me, bro. I understand that you have to get rid of my maidenhead. But the point is, unsurprisingly and very on brand for Melody and I, we didn't hate it.
You didn't hate it.
So that's all you need to worry about here.
Yeah, she doesn't want to poop acorns for the rest of her life, okay? She doesn't know that right now, but she doesn't. So anyway, they go, don't think about it, Sabrina. It's a metaphor that doesn't work, but don't think about it.
I don't like it. It's too late. I think I hate the idea of pooping acorns more than I hate the idea of human centipede. Like, this
God damn it, Sabrina. Is it better than menstrual blooding acorns? Because that's, I think, my only other option. Because acorns are part of the reproductive process. They are, like, sort of the plant equivalent to eggs.
I don't this.
Also, she would menstrual blood acorns for the rest of her existence. Is that what we should say?
Can we just end this?
I was moving on, and you continued. I told you, much like the human centipede, don't think about it. Don't process it. Don't try to make it work a one-to-one. It's not a one-to-one metaphor, Sabrina, okay? And then I had to explain why. And now we're here, okay? You did this. Is what I'm saying.
I did. I have... No, this is my comeuppance for centipedeeing you.
Honestly, though, I think you might have given me my secret weapon. I think you might have actually cured me, Sabrina.
Why?
Well, so I have one of my two phobias is centipedes. Because of growing up in Hawaii. They were just fucking everywhere.
Wait, I'm so sorry. How do we live such parallel lives? Because I have a legit phobia of caterpillars. And these are not the same creatures, but they are similar in a way. I don't know that I've ever met anybody else that has a phobia of creatures of those flavors. You know?
Sure. Yeah, but like one time, they would just pop out of nowhere. And I mean that like literally. Like one time I like have a visceral memory. I don't know if I made it because the story got told to me so many times. Doesn't matter. I either manufactured it or it's in there for real. But I remember sitting in the bathtub, my mom turning on the bath faucet and a centipede coming out of the bath faucet toward my teeny tiny little vulnerable body. And it was terrifying. And there was another time when like I put on a shirt and there ended up being a centipede on my head as a result. You know, like I have a very weird growth. So then when you factor in the human part of it, it's extra rough. All right. It's a confluence of bad events that just really get under my skin. But when I say human centipedes are different from centipedes, Sabrina. Centipedes don't have any emotional impact on me at all. And I think you might have cured me. You beautiful genius.
As long as it is referred to as a centipede.
As a centipede. Yes.
Okay.
I think you cured me. I think that I was meant to talk about this so that you could help me through this lifelong phobia.
I am deeply jealous because I still have my lifelong phobia of caterpillars, and there's no fixing that.
Maybe try caterpillar when you say it.
Unfortunately, I already did in my brain, and I was already running through all of the possible things that it could be, and none of them
changed it for you, huh?
So I am, to be clear, extremely jealous. Like,
wow.
On a level that is it's a good thing that we're not in ancient Greek times, because it's like you might kill a person because of the envy that you feel. Unfortunately, I'm still in the state of, if I find out that there's a centipede on me, not a centipede, a caterpillar on me, I will be ripping that piece of clothing off of me, and I do not care where I am.
Or which clothing it is, or who's around. Or
it doesn't matter. Context does not matter. That clothing will no longer be on my body. This is why I literally tell people, I'm like, the best thing that if you see it, and this isn't like don't turn it into a bit where like, let's make Sabrina realize there are caterpillars on them.
No.
This is like, if you see a caterpillar on me, I am not opposed to human touch. And so, like, just come put your hand on my shoulder to brush it off. I don't need to know that you brushed it off. I don't need to know that you removed something from me.
Nope.
I want no knowledge.
You don't need to know anything.
That there was a caterpillar on my being.
Yeah, the rest of the day won't be the same.
cenTIPEDee.
cenTIPEDee, dude. It feels really good. Shit. Like, it's like a relief. I mean, it doesn't help visually, right? But it doesn't have the same emotional impact. Yeah, in conversation anymore. And that is wildly amazing.
I cannot wait to hear about your experience explaining why you are no longer quite as horrified to Michael.
Sure. Yeah. Or just referring to them in the wild and having a civilian try to figure out what the fuck I'm talking about and why the fuck I'm talking like that.
And because then they're going to be like, do you mean centipede?
No!
I need you with your whole chest to be like, it's cenTIPEDee. Like, gaslight these people into thinking they have been mispronouncing cenTIPEDee their entire lives. Frankly, it wouldn't be that hard. All you have to do is look them in the face and say, have you only read that word before?
It's true. I think this might be an epitome situation for you, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to break the news.
Yeah, I can tell you that it would work because it's worked on me. So.
All right. Oh, so then, yeah, they're in Erebus. He does breach her maidenhead, as Sabrina so eloquently put. So she's been, like, burnt alive, and then she's been skewered by a man, and then she gets to the underworld.
That's a choice.
Say I'm wrong.
You aren't.
And then she gets to the underworld and he like makes these horses turn into dusty sand that goes back into the earth. And Persephone's had a rough day. And so he's trying to explain to her. He's like, I know you as Persephone. And she's like, what? How did you know my birth name? Nobody knows my birth name. And he's like, well, it's because your parents did barter you for my armies. And so we've been betrothed your entire life.
Since before you were even created.
Yeah. Since you were like barely a fetus, you've been my future wife. Mm-hmm. And God, I was thinking about what this naive, innocent, her emotional journey in this book makes a lot of sense. And like I really actually enjoyed the fact that so much time was spent on that and so much time was put into her getting comfortable, him gaining trust.
This is a better book for it being a duology and having the space to spread itself out. And
Yeah, I really, really appreciated that. And so he says, I'm so sorry I had to do it this way. I was trying to introduce myself, in a bit of a fluffy way. And she's like, well, why didn't you tell me that you were Hades, Lord of the Underworld? And he says, because I wanted you to know me as Adonis. God damn it. I wanted you to know me as Adonis. It's not sexy, Sabrina, okay? We're trying to impart the idea that this book is incredibly sexy. And we're not doing it justice. Yeah, so he wants her to know him as the man and not come in with the preconceived notions. Like him as the receiver of death, the bringer of death. Lord of the underworld. The god that nobody will speak his name. Sabrina! Get it together! Oh my god. So basically, he's like, you're home now. I have been building a city-sized mansion for the past couple millennia. Few eons, I guess is what we would say. And then what happens next? He like shows her around and gives her a room, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Isn't that what he does?
He does. I'm so sorry. I legitimately couldn't breathe for like longer than I can actually hold my breath for. It was rough. So, anyway, yeah. So he basically like gives her a tour, and I feel like,
and she meets Hecate, right?
Yes, she meets Hecate. She meets.
I don't know.
We're gonna stick to the way that we've been stating all of these names. So Hecate and all of those. So like we meet Thanatos.
She sees the shades, like the fields of Asphodel and the shades in it.
She, at one point when they're exploring, walks into the rivers of Lethe.
Yeah.
And loses her memory and is like, just a snippet of her memory, though. And she's like, damn, I really want to dick this man down. This is my future husband. She's forgotten the last 24 hours.
Yeah. And so now she's core again.
Yes.
And all she's seen of him is like the dream in the sexy wind.
Yes.
And so she's like, oh my God, my husband, you came to me. You should fuck me right here, right now.
And he's like, I can't do that. We're going to go give you some water from a specific place and get you your memories back. And let's do that. And so he doesn't take advantage of her. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, he holds her as she gets the memories back, re-experiences all of that trauma, re-experiences the deception that her mother has kept her under for her entire life. And like he holds her while she like sobs and it just hits her like a Mack truck all at once. And she asks him, why didn't you just keep me as core? Like, no, God, she asks him.
I'm
Sabrina,
waiting. I was just waiting. I was just curious.
No.
I was just curious if you were going to tell us what he said to her.
No, I'm not. He says something to the effect of, which is not verbatim, and it's not a character, so I don't have to say it in any voices. He essentially says, oh, goddamn, I still did a voice because I'm uncomfortable and I'm trying to get out of it. He says, like, I don't want core. I don't want core. He says. God damn it, Sabrina. We have a job to do right now, Sabrina.
This is the job, Melody. The greatest joy in my life is that this is the job. This is the job. Boy, listener loves a bit, and this is one of my favorite bits ever. Oh, man. Melody, let's be clear. If they want all of the sexiness, they're not here listening to us talk about centipedes and right. 007 Hades. They'll go read the book themselves.
Yeah, you should. You should do that if you're going for a sexiness. You're going to get goofy over here. Yeah, and so he's like, I don't want core. Oh, God damn it. I want Persephone. And he essentially he's thinking like, I don't want the maiden. I've been looking forward to being married to like the queen of the underworld. I have been looking to gain a partner. I don't want you to fall in love with me as core. God.
His talk about how he wants to like have his equal.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's so hot.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so hot. Yeah.
Yeah. So we see a lot more of them back and forth. They've started so we also get some snippets of Demeter, God damn it, her mom using her yeah, just avoid it. If you can't, if you can't say it the right way, just avoid
that
it.
Mom character.
That asshole mom up up in the realm of the mortals, the gods are literally starting to be less powerful because the mom, the asshole mom.
The mom?
That's it now. The mom. The mom.
The way that you truncating your attempt into her name turned perfectly into Damom.
Damom.
Is so funny.
And that's it. That's how it is for the rest of this episode. So Damom is up there. I'm so sorry, Rachel Alexander. You wrote a beautiful book.
God, your book is so beautiful.
You wrote a beautiful book, and I'm so sorry it ended up in our hands. Except I'm not, because this is
we
so
appreciate
fun. Is it really love if you don't razz the shit out of it?
Trolling is our love language.
Like, between axe-handed pony fanny pack, monster cock man, noodle fuck. Well, I won't count noodle fuck. That was a whole different conversation. But like, just think about like most of our favorite books. We've read the shit out of it because it's just so fun. Anyway, love a troll. So Damom is up there, and she is just it's permanent.
She's
winter.
pitching a fit.
It's permanent winter. It's too cold. Like she is, and also literally pitching such a fit. The gods are starting to be less powerful because their power is reliant on the belief of the mortals, and there are
and the worship of the mortals.
Enough mortals to worship them anymore. Because
so many have died in this famine.
Well, not only so many have died, but so many they're not getting their prayers answered.
Oh, yeah. They have nothing to worship anymore because they're leaving them high and dry. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Damom, you're a bitch.
It's terrible.
This is all your fault.
Yes, absolutely. Your daughter is not an object. Your daughter is not a possession.
So this is all happening in the background, and I'm just going to zippy-zap through what her mom is doing. Like, her mom ends up finding some people, and she's pretending to be an old hag because she doesn't have all of her power, so she can't actually be a goddess right now because she
not to mention that if she was, people would like riot and
they'd kill her.
Yeah, they would fisticuffs on her pretty bad because they're so mad.
Yeah, they would figure out a way to get down into the pit themselves.
Sure.
To be like, hey, I need all 300 of these hands to go get that bitch.
Yes.
Okay? Like,
please.
You can leave Kronos here for a minute. He's not going to get out, but we need you to come up and handle your business because Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades won't talk to their fucking sister.
Yeah, it's wild. It's fucking wild. And I don't know, like, I think it makes more sense in the myths where the gods don't move, can't move, you know, where they can't travel. It makes more sense when, like, Demeter actually cannot enter the underworld. And it makes a lot less sense. It relies more on just, you know, sibling rivalry and annoyance and stubbornness.
I would argue that
iterations like this.
I would argue that this tracks more, though, because if there's one thing we know about the Olympians, it is that they're a bunch of
it still tracks.
They're a bunch of petty little
selfish.
Shits.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So she finds this family. They're two boys. One is an old teenager. He's like 20 maybe, and then they've got a baby. And both of them are on death's door. They've already lost 4 girls who have died to the famine. And we see her go to a few doors and everybody's like, I can't fucking help you because I can't fucking help myself. Get out.
Well, and also she is masquerading as one of the goddesses of herself. Or one of the
priestess.
Acolytes,
Yeah.
Priestesses of herself. And they're like, the Lady of the Harvest don't give a shit about me, so I don't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Like, right. We're not interested.
Yeah. So she goes to this door and it is the king of this whole area. And when they open the door, the queen is like, what's going on. And she's like, do you have a hearth? I just need to get a little bit warm. And the lady's like, I don't know, are you a healer of any kind? And she's like, yeah, sure, I'll be a healer for you, no problem. And she goes in and she tries to heal the boys, but she only has like so much power in reserve. And she heals the older boy, and then she gets the younger boy a little bit better, and she starts sort of bonding with the older one. The
prince.
Yeah, the prince, thank you. And she finds out that he has been doing agricultural experiments in the first ever greenhouse, which is not sexy at all to me, Melody. At all.
I was reading this book and I was like, how honestly, the final straw on this camel's back is that the mom gets Melody's dream man in this book.
Well, actually, yes and no, because according to this myth, he is the creator of monoculture. And that's great at first, and then it eventually just ruins the soil. So he doesn't go far enough to understand that biodiversity in the soil is necessary for it to thrive, but he does understand that you got to get those things in rows so you can pick it easier and faster.
Melody, hindsight is 20/20.
You're right.
And in this instance, your pussy would be blind. Okay?
I mean, I would be hanging out in a greenhouse. I think later on they fuck in the greenhouse.
They do. The first time they have sex, it is described as them like lounging around in the loam. And I was like,
incredible stuff.
When did this turn into Melody fanfic?
Yeah, no, exactly, is what I'm saying. Anyway, so he is doing all of these like agricultural experiments, and she's like, you have to teach the rest of the mortals this. And he's like, I wish I could, but my time on this earth is limited, because he's like a low-key mover and shaker. I feel like, I feel like he knew what he was doing.
Like, discussing the monoculture situation, I feel like they would not be at the point where they would have had one single field. They would have had the rotating crop situation, which is significantly better for the soil. I feel like he would have been a crop rotator.
He could have been a crop rotator. Sure. Yeah. But that also only lasts for so long without heavy investment into the soil. Anyway.
It's also on small scale, though. On the scale that you can use your own hands to do things, they're not going to be ruining things in the way that...
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. We won't get into like a Great Depression situation with those dust bowls.
At least not for a couple of millennia. And then hopefully, I don't know, maybe he turns into a villain in the second book. I don't remember his story.
I don't either.
in the actual mythos.
I mean, he becomes the consort of an actual monster, so there's that. Anyway, I'm so sorry. She bonds with this dude. She's like, oh my God, you need more than one lifetime to get this information out to the rest of the mortals? No probs. Take off all of your clothes for me, sexy old crone lady.
I'm gonna rub ambrosia all over you.
Yeah. And I'm going to chant some words and put you in a fire?
And chant some words. And yeah, she turns him immortal.
Yeah, she turns him into a demigod.
And then she goes ahead and starts it with the baby. Mm-hmm. But the queen runs out, is like, why are you burning my baby alive? And then rips the baby out of the fire, which ends the process. And she's out of ambrosia. And she has everything she needs to make more, except... ambrosia is distilled with water from the river Styx. And
take that, Demeter.
Way she will be able to get water from the river Styx.
Except there's totally a way, you dick nose. Go talk to your daughter and find out she's happy. And then just try to be a quasi-normal mother-in-law.
There is no fucking universe in which she shows up, finds Persephone happy, and is like, okay.
No, she'll think he's brainwashed you and he's done something to you. You're dickmatized, is what she'll say.
Yep.
It's so dumb. Anyway, yeah, so that's what Demeter's been doing, and things are getting a little bit better because Demeter's feeling a little bit better. And so less people are dying.
I just thought to myself,
not too many.
Mom looks Persephone dead in her beautiful face and is like, my brother will do to you exactly what my other brother did to me.
Yes.
So anyway, just in case you forgot that they're all family, as far as mortality is concerned. I figured I thought I'd leave just a little reminder.
Who knows? Yeah. Okay, so Persephone's whole thing, as she spends like 3 weeks up in her tower because Hades and she have come to like a sexy détente in which he visits her at night to fuck her real good. And then during the day, he leaves her alone because he thinks that she wants space and like is still warming up to him. Meanwhile, she hates it every time he leaves in the middle of the night, but she won't say that out loud because she thinks that this is his preference. Rinse, repeat, idiocy. Except that now he talks to Thanatos, and Thanatos is very wise for a fuckboy. Okay, this is what immortality does for fuckboys. You become a little wise at some point, okay?
Thanatos is so sexy. Also, hysterically, the entire book, he's like, no, man, it'd be easier if I was beautiful in the other world. Like, nobody wants to fuck the skeleton man with a scythe. And I'm like, you're talking to the wrong people, buddy.
Right? Like, you need to find book talk, friend.
My friend, I was just going to say, wait a couple thousand years, and then, like, you are going to you're going to be a pig in shit, my friend. You're going to show up to end, they're going to be like, wow, that's a sexy mask. Not a mask. Hotter.
Even better.
Like,
yeah, you put a throbbing bass in the background somehow, and like they're done for. Okay,
he is gonna show
some
up.
Red lights.
He's gonna show up in like a sweeping of like a black curtain, and then it's just Death himself standing there, and it's like, like it just, and like everyone's panties drop.
All of them.
Genitals everywhere.
There's no other choice.
Moist as hell, and it's we're living our best lives, you know?
That's right. You're welcome, Thanatos. This is us doing you a favor. This is us getting you in the know, okay? There's a place for you here.
I can think of at least two.
Blah! What? Anyway. You just made an orifice joke, dude. All right. I don't hate it.
Oh. It wasn't explicit. It was more a people joke. So it's a multi-or. Like, I would say you and me were the place.
Oh. Okay, so I was the disgusting one.
Yeah, you're the one who took it. I mean, to be fair, I was one step removed.
You were the wholesome one ultimately.
Wholesome indeed, because I was implying like each place has multiple. You know what I mean? Like
multiple holes.
You have your pick, my friend. Like, lucky you.
So Thanatos looks at Hades and he's like, "Hey, I've noticed that you don't talk to her in daytimes." And he's like, "Well, I'm letting her acclimate to our environment." And he's like, "Why haven't you shown her around? Isn't she supposed to be queen of the entire realm?" And Hades is like, "Yeah, of course." And he's like, "Well, then take her on a tour at the very least, you know, like maybe you can actually get to know her verbally and then see where it goes from there." And so Hades does. He goes into her room and he asks her if she wants to, like, you know, see a bunch of the realm. And he takes her on this tour that goes through the castle. She finds out that he basically HGTV'd all of his boredom away over the aeons. And he was just like DIYing the whole palace, you know? One room every 100 years or so, he'd like choose a theme and he puts like gemstones in the ceiling and shit. And there's like, what? No, you're muted. What?
Melody fucking Carla, do not diminish
I'm not.
How his castle came to be.
I'm not.
Every couple 100 years.
That's what he says. Like he says every century he would make a new room.
He is a drunk mess. He is a drunk hot mess when he gets to the underworld because he is miserable. It's the last of the ambrosia that he's brought with him, and he has been, as far as he's concerned, locked down here. And we don't learn any about all of this specific stuff behind everything until after they visit the pit. And so do not start describing it like, no, we're not allowed to bear, like, yes, it's a huge castle.
I wasn't diminishing it. I was about to say that, like, he puts, like he makes, like, gemstone constellations in the ceilings. There's this one, his bedroom is, like, all dark amazingness, except that in the rock walls, there's veins of illuminated amber that has, like, fossils and old-timey insects and, like, cool plant life and stuff that's, like, immortalized in it. His house is cool as shit because it's, like, that's what he's doing. It's the way that he's therapizing himself out of the boredom.
Well, and not only that, he has turned it into this place that he will one day rule with his queen. He is taking a place that he is not fond of and turning it into a place that he loves.
Yes. Yeah. At one point, he takes her into an entire underground pool that he has decorated with aquamarine and lapis lazuli chandelier situation. Like, when I say HGTV, I don't mean, like, you know, nailed it or something.
That's fine.
Where they do stuff, but it's shitty. He's really, like, DIYing the shit out of this place, and it's cool as fuck. Anyway, and the same with his bedroom. His bedroom is, like, it's all, like, jewel encrusted and whatever. Because although he thinks he drew, like, the worst stick, which is how the fates divided up the cosmos between Poseidon, Zeus, and Hades. He thinks that he got the worst one, but it's actually the richest of all the three realms because it gets, like, all of the earth resources kind of a situation. So anyway, he's showing her around all these things. She gets to go on the river Styx with Karen. And the reason she goes into the River Lethe is because Cerberus comes bounding out of the fields of Asphodel.
Scares her.
And it scares her even though, like, he's just, like, the most beautiful St. Bernard puppy that's ever happened. You know what I mean? He's just, so
you know, the size
jolly.
of a small building and excitable.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So now they're starting to, like, actually get to know each other, and he is having all of the feelings. All of his dreams are coming true, and he doesn't know what to do with himself, and they're having, like, this incredibly hot sex all the time. And then one time, she ends up getting up and, like, trying to fold his cloak or whatever, and she finds the arrow from Eros, right? I think.
Yeah.
So she finds that arrow that only nicked him. And she's like, oh, fuck. He only loves me. He only has feelings for me because Eros got him. Like, this is not good. He doesn't actually love me because her insecurity is that he's lived this legendary life, right? He took down the Titans. He is responsible for, like, you know, a whole realm of the cosmos and stuff. And she's just Persephone. She's just core, is what she's thinking. All she can do is, like, grow flowers and, like, braid flower crowns.
And she can't even do that here because nothing grows.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's like, I don't fucking know why he's interested in me. And then she finds this arrow and thinks she has an explanation. So she wakes him up and she's like, the fuck, dude? Like, why do you have this? Did you get hit by it? And he's like, no. Well, kinda. But, like, not in the way you think. And she's like, why the fuck is it in your, like, robes? Were you planning to hit me with it so that I would have feelings for you without you doing any of the work? And he's like, oh my God, fuck no, absolutely not. They get in this huge knockdown, drag out fight. And they say some shit that, you know, can't be taken back and ever unheard.
Hang on.
Yeah, please. Please, please, please.
They say some shit that is fucked up. They say some
really
shit that is rough. And hang on. So at one point, he looks at her and he says, I should never have brought you here. My life was ordered. It made sense before you threw it into pandemonium. And when you do spread your legs for me, Persephone, when you welcome me inside your body, you turn me into a fool, an idiot that thinks you are capable of loving me. And she's like, oh God. And then right before this, she had looked at him and said, you don't want a queen. You want a whore.
Oh, shit.
And then she looks at him after he says all of the things about like you turned me into a fool and all of these things. And she says, better an idiot than the whore you've made out of me. And he says, do not forget who you toy with. I am the eldest of the gods, and I will not be made into a fool, especially not by a mere slip of a girl. And she says, you're my fool. And he says, and you're my whore.
Yikes.
And then they have angry sex. And this emotionally inept nincompoop thinks the fight is over and nobody's mad anymore because they have this just insanely, it's primal and rough and like harsh. And then afterwards,
and both of them are going at each other equally. And it's like, it's wild. And then he comes and he's like, man, like your eyes are pretty. What does he say to her?
He snuggles
Wow, it's
up.
the best way to do an argument. Jeez Louise, he says.
So he,
Jeez,
all done, and he says, well, sweet, by the way, he's like schnuzzled up. Thank you, by the way. You didn't even need my,
that was a present for you.
I appreciate you. He schnuzzles up into her hair and like kisses on her neck. And he's like, well, sweet one, I can't think of a better way to forgive. And then she rears back and slaps the shit out of him.
And she says, get out.
And he's like, what? Just holding his cheek, like, what just happened? And she's like, get out. And he's like, but Persephone, because he thinks the fight is done.
He thinks they made up just now.
That's the makeup. And she tells him, and we find out that the reason she's telling him to get out is she's afraid of her punishment. She's afraid of how he's going to punish her because he's her husband.
And she's going by Olympian rules and like mortal rules.
Yes.
She's going by Demeter's definition of what marriage is. What Demeter's always told her, the horror story that marriage is.
Yes. And like, so she's fully expecting him. She's like, my God, like what kind of torture can the God of the underworld do to me? Like this is, I just need him to leave me alone because if you can't see me, I can't be punished.
Yeah.
You know, like she's very much playing the like, oh yeah, I can't see you. You can't see me.
Right. Oh, and this whole fight started because he tells her that she's seen most of the underworld. And she's like, well, if I'm going to rule it, I should see all of it. And he's like, nah, I'm not taking you to Tartarus. And she's like, no, I should be able to see Tartarus. And he's like, no, absolutely not. I'm not ever allowing you to go there. And she's like, am I a co-ruler or am I not? And this is where she gets like, all you want is a consort. Yes, exactly. Prove it to me by showing me all of my goddamn kingdom or else. And that's where the fight begins. So she says, get out. And he mopes for 3 days. And then we get a conversation between Nyx and Hecate because all of a sudden there's pomegranate trees growing in a courtyard near the palace. And like when you touch them, you can feel the warmth of the sun. And wherever like their little blossoms fall, more vegetation will spring up. And this has never been seen in the underworld, even by Nyx. So they have this whole cool conversation where they sort of speak in riddles about like the information they know that the couple doesn't. That like
I love
basically
that, like, even amongst themselves they talk to each other in riddles. It's just like, man, they're like, huh, love being a sneaky bitch.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And so like it's about them being fated and like the underworld they can create together. Because remember, she can't grow anything in the underworld. And he doesn't really have any of those powers. But now it's happening organically because of their union. And that's like the explanation that Nyx and Hecate give. And then Hades shows up to mope a little bit closer to her, i.e. in flower trees that she loves. Okay. And they're like, hey, bud, you should go talk to your wife. And he's like, oh, no, she hates me. And if I go talk to her, then I'll just find out that she wants to go back to Demeter. And I'll have to take her back to Demeter, and I hate that. And they're like, give her some credit. you should go talk to her and, like, at least try to figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
And don't they say, like, do a grovel?
Well, they're basically like, you both are being fools.
Yeah, you're dummies.
Like, you need to go talk to her because you need to understand that she's coming from a different place. Like, both of you are coming at the same thing from different directions, and therefore you think the other is the enemy. And he's like, oh, no. And then he realizes, like, oh, shit. Yeah, you're kind of right.
And he starts replaying all of her words about, like, you know, husbands hold dominion over their wives and all this stuff that she regurgitated from Demeter.
And then he's like, okay, I'm going to give her space, but I'll go talk to her and, you know, basically give her an option. Like,
yeah,
I love you. He's also realizing in this moment that he loves her. And he's
hopelessly
like really
in love with her.
He's registering. He's like, I've loved her for eons.
Yeah.
And it's not fair of me to demand she love me or expect her to love me after such a short amount of time. She's only met me now, but I've known her for
and
millennia.
I've got the uphill battle of all the poison Demeter has poured into her ears, you know?
Well, and it's worse because he realizes it's worse that Demeter didn't she didn't even talk to her about Hades. She's only ever heard about Hades from other people. Demeter poisoned her against all men.
And marriage, specifically.
But, like, it'd be easier if it was just Hades.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So, listen, meanwhile, there's been this sort of side plot in which we see Sisyphus becoming Sisyphus. Mm-hmm. And so he's, like, trying to gain immortality on the earth, and a shade was brought to the underworld and presented to Hades as Sisyphus. And the shade was like, no, it's not me. He's still alive. Like, please hear me out. And he was like, it's Tartarus for this fuck.
So he has decided that he's given her space. She's avoiding him because she doesn't want him to punish her. And then, meanwhile, all this other shit is going on the surface with Damam and all the other dudes.
And Sisyphus.
And Sisyphus and just all of these things. Because one of the first things we see is Sisyphus being locked up, but we know that Sisyphus is not locked up.
Yeah.
In Tartarus. And he is gonna go back to her and basically lay down his cards. And
he's on his way essentially to start the conversation. And he's told himself, even if the resolution is she tells him she's going back to Demeter and fuck you forever, then he's gonna honor that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then that's actually, we're so sorry, listener. We're gonna hit pause. This is another 2-weeker. We're so sorry. We just really loved this book.
Yeah, we centipedeed too close to the sun, Sabrina, I feel like. You know? What? And yeah.
Sure, I'll go with it.
We centipedeed too close to the sun.
There we go. That was help? The missing part. That does help. Yeah. That's what I needed. Yeah, so here we are. It was delicious. Yeah. And the reason we're hitting, usually we, like, full disclosure, listener, usually we try and get back to the end of a resolution before we if we're going to be splitting a book like this. Mm-hmm. We can't do that because the end of the resolution to this is the beginning of some beautiful character explosive development.
Yeah.
On Persephone's part.
Oh, God.
On the part of the way we understand how all of the realms and universes in this specific version of Hades and Persephone works.
Uh-huh. And there's, like, kind of a road trip that's awesome. All right? Yeah, there's an adventure time that happens.
Oh, my God. It's so fun. So anyway, we love you.
We love you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for
Melody.
Being an HB.
What's your lady love?
Fuck stick. Oh God, what's my lady love?
I have my lady love.
Okay, what is it?
My lady love is doing something for the bit
Okay.
So I feel like I've really embraced just like, if something will make me happy for the bit, I'm gonna I'm gonna do it. So I went to a Lego convention a few weeks ago.
Ooh.
And while I was there was a bag that I was looking at, and I was like, man, I really like that bag. And then I had decided, I was like, I'll think on it. I might come back and buy the bag. And then I went to another part of the Lego convention, and there was this little, like, Lego head container thing that matched the bag. And me and my friends were joking. We were like, man, it'd be so funny if blank. And so I did buy both the bag and that thing.
Ooh.
For the bit. And just for this one video. And I've been using them. Right? So, like, it was a multi-purpose tool, but it was, the initial purpose of purchasing it was just, it was for a bit. It was going to be funny, and I thought it'd be amusing, and I would get use out of the stuff anyway, so I may as well just say, fuck it and do it. No regrets. Every time recently, I have done something essentially for a bit that I knew would truly bring me joy. I have not regretted it. That's not true. You remember changing my dating profile? That lasted less than 24 hours, Melody. That lasted less than 24 hours. The fucking weirdest motherfuckers came out of the woodwork. It was very clear that they saw the word penis and said, and so you know what? That my lady love is, do it for the bit if it's going to bring you joy. And the minute it stops bringing you joy, stop.
Abort mission. Abort mission.
The bit. Because I did. Listen, I went to bed that night and I woke up the next day and I was like, oh yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
No,
fair enough.
I'm not doing that.
Fair enough. We have too much trust in the world for that.
Man,
too bad.
If I saw some shit like that on somebody's profile, I'd be like, oh, that's definitely like a joke amongst friends.
Sure.
I would not immediately be like, this person wants to discuss in depth.
No.
Some weird shit. So anyway, there's a couple of people that are now blocked, you know? I was like,
incredible.
I don't need that in my life. Maybe my lady love is blocking people.
I like it.
But yeah, no, my lady love is like, so like my lady love is like, do it for the bit if it's going to make you happy, even in the short term, which that bag, it's been a week now and I still love them. I'm using them for all sorts of things. Mm-hmm. Anyway, what's your lady love?
Hey, you know what? I'm actually going to say the same thing in a different context. Do it for the bit, everybody, okay? Because, boy, this week did I procrastinate on everything else because I hyperfixated on painting my garage. And now I have a bubblegum pink interior of my garage.
Fuck!
And it makes me smile every time I look at it. And it was really fun to do in the moment because it was just like a project that like you have to just go hard into or not at all, you know? Mm-hmm. And man, bubblegum pink garage interiors are fucking fun.
I support this.
Yeah, do it for the bit. I'm all about it. Okay.
All right, listener, keep being a badass and love yourself as much as you love Hades, a.k.a. 007. As much as you love a friend accepting and being a fool for you.
Love yourself as much as you love being cured on podcast of phobias.
And you know what? I'm slightly modifying this. Love yourself enough to not actually go out and ask a stranger to tell you about what a human centipede is. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it for the bit, listener.
No, that's one. No, don't. Don't. Okay, bye.
All right, bye.
Not a good bit. That one should not.
Bad bit. Bad bit. Abort the bit.
No, abort. Thank you for coming back again this week and for supporting us here on Patreon. Next week, we'll be back with the last half of this book, Receiver of Many by Rachel Alexander. See you next week.